What's going on, guys? PXCam20 back again with a brand new video. Now I'm bringing in a video that we did back in November when I first started playing this game. This was one of my first FIA races I ever did when I was back on, I believe, driver rating B or C. So you see right there, we're on the pole as we are starting in the Aston Martin here at the Autodromo Nacional de Monza. And it's the version with no chicane, so we're not going to have no first chicane here, as we're actually just going to head straight to the Curva Grande and into the second chicane, which is now going to be called the first chicane for this race at least. Anyways, if you guys haven't yet, we're trying to reach 1,000 subscribers before we hit the end of the year. If you guys really like my content, subscribe down below. We post daily GT sports videos. Eventually we're going to post daily racing videos, and leave a like on the video. Really helps out the channel when you guys leave a like. So again, jumping back into this race here, as you see the Italian flag being patriotically waved by the jets ahead of us. We are starting the race in first place, and we have a long way down until we hit Curva Grande. As we fast forward here, gaining up speed, heading into the first chicane. So we brake right at the 150 meter board, but you see behind us the Jaguar actually brakes a little late and bumps us out. Immediately right on the first chicane, we are bumped out and taken out as the Jaguar gets a penalty there, and we get bumped out, dropped down from first all the way down to 9th, 10th, losing more positions as more cars pass by left and right. And we drop down all the way to 13th as we head down to the straightaway that leads us into Ascari. So already off to a really bad start, and that's kind of the theme of the videos. I wanted to show you guys that even if you guys get a really bad start, do not quit out of the races. You can always make up positions and try to finish in a better positions than what you were in from the situation you were put into. Anyways, we jump up right here into Ascari, and you see that 3 or 4 cars actually spun out. You see the Kit Kat car right there is ghosted back in, and we're able to pass him and 8th place to get 8th place and move up 5 positions there just in the span of 2 corners. So if you see what happened right there, it looks like just everybody decided to not brake as the Aston Martin runs into, I believe it was the Porsche, and then the Porsche right here just runs into the Mercedes, takes him out. So yeah, just everyone decided to not brake heading to Ascari and just caused a 4-car pile up there. And luckily we were able to take advantage of that, so we were able to make up 5 positions as we head into Parabolica on the end of lap 1 here. And jumping into lap 2 here, we head to the first chicane, and you see there's a big group of cars ahead of us, and there's the Jaguar that actually took us out. We get past him. Hopefully he doesn't take us out anymore as we head into the 2 right-handers. Braking right after the 50 meter board, we're right behind the Mercedes, and we're going to try to stay behind him and just follow him through the slipstream, and hopefully we can just stay with him and not lose that much time, as we still got to catch up to the leader. As you can see on the map, he is very far ahead. So we fast forward here on the straightaway that we head into Ascari, past Ascari that we lead to a second straightaway that leads us into Parabolica. Brake right after the 100 meter board, clip the apex, try to get a good exit off. As we get a really good exit off, we're trying to reach the Mercedes now. We get into the slipstream of 5th place, get into the slipstream of 6th, but move it back to the slipstream of 5th place. And if you guys have seen my earlier videos, I always say get into the slipstream of the car ahead of you if you want to make an overtake on a long straightaway. It's the car ahead of you is going to pull you in and make you allow you to pass the car that you're trying to challenge for the position. Anyways, we head into the first chicane here, and 5th and 4th actually run really wide, so we're trying to catch up to them now. We're able to split them and get 2 positions done. So now we're up to 4th in a span of 2 laps. So from 13th, we were able to jump all the way to 4th on our 3rd lap. So now we're setting our target on podium. So 3rd and 2nd right ahead of us as we head into Parabolica. And 3rd actually gets really wide and loses traction there as we head off of Parabolica. So we're going to try to slip into the slipstream as we're close enough to get the effect of that. And 2nd place actually comes into the pit. So I believe the strategy here was to make 1 pit stop, as it was only the softs and the mediums that were available for this race. But I believe the mediums were required to finish this race. So 2nd went into the pits and switched off his softs to the mediums as we try to get a good run on 2nd place here. We do, and we are able to make an overtake right before we hit the Curva Grande, heading into the first chicane. Now, we jump up into lap number 5, and we're in 2nd. You see 1st place is jumping into pits, so we decided to jump into pits so we can try to stay on the same pit cycle as him. We jump right in here, switch off to the softs, and actually, oh no, we switch off to the mediums. So we have our required tire down now. All we have to do is just maintain these mediums and not push the issue on them, and we should be able to finish this race on a one stop, as we only have 10 laps left in this race. So we head into Curva Grande that leads us into the first chicane, and we're already getting challenged by the Ford Mustang. He tries to make a move on the inside, and we're gonna let him have it. So if we just try to get into their side by side, I didn't want to make any type of incident where he would push me off, or if I pushed him off and resulting in a penalty. So I let him go through here. We're just gonna follow him heading into these two right-handers. It's not gonna be worth it trying to battle him as we actually go into the inside here, but we're gonna back out of the move here, let the Ford Mustang get ahead of us, and we're gonna slip into the slipstream here as we head into the straightaway. We fast forward here, heading to Ascari. We try to make a peak on the inside, but we're a little too far back. Try to outbrake him, but too far back again to make the move. So we just fall right behind him again as we head out of Ascari, heading onto this straightaway that's going to lead us into Parabolica. We follow him on the slipstream, try to get as close as we can, heading into Parabolica. We try to make a move on the inside again, aren't close enough to make the move, but heading onto the long front straightaway, we get back into the slipstream of him, and we might be able to get the position done if we get a good enough run, as the slipstream is so powerful on this track. We can, basically I'll top speed him basically as we go into the Curva Grande. We actually get onto the inside. We make a little bit of contact. He backs out of the move. You saw he break that. I don't know why he broke, but he broke, and we were able to get sixth position from him, which was very crucial, because now we can just focus on hitting our marks, as we know the cars ahead of us still have to make a pit stop. So we should be able to come out in second and hopefully close enough to the leader, because we're not going to be battling anybody here anytime soon. So we jump up further into lap 7 here, and you see fifth. We caught up really fast to 5th place and the group of cars ahead of him. And we're heading to Parabolica. As we clip the apex, we get a really good exit again off of Parabolica on the GTR. So now we're behind the GTR there as we're trying to get a move on the inside. 4th place comes into pits, and we actually are getting the tow from the 3rd place car ahead of us. So now it's a drag race down the straightaway between us and the GTR. We try to get in front of him. We pull off the maneuver. Yes, we do. We get the overtake on the straightaway on the GTR as we head into Curva Grande, and we are heading to the first chicane. We try to brake as late as we can so we can catch up to the Jaguar right in front of us. And it's actually the same Jaguar that took us out, so we're trying to catch up to him and try to make a move on the inside. Are we going to be able to do it? Yes, we are. He brakes late, but we brake later, and we are able to make the move heading into the first right-hander, and that is a podium for us. So now we have our eyes set on second, and we might be able to get first place too, as I believe he went into the pits and came out on the soft, so I know he's got to make another pit stop. Second place makes another pit stop as he's on the soft soon. He's got to go into the mandatory mediums. So we gain in position here as we head down the front straightaway, passing the start finish line, and we're only about a second or two away from first place. So we jump up into lap 10 and we're heading to Curva Grande, and you could just see how close we are to first place. So again, guys, remember, we were in first place, crashed, jumped all the way down to 13th position, and now we're able to fight our way back into second, almost on the rear bumper of first place in the span of 10 laps. So we worked our way through all the traffic, we kept our tires clean, we kept our car clean, and now we jump up into lap 11 heading to Parabolica, and we're right behind first place. So we're setting up ourselves for an overtake here, but I think he still has to come to the pit. So we get into the slipstream of here, and he actually jumps into the pit there, so he's going to be, he's actually on the mediums, so I don't know why he jumped onto the pit, but he's on the mediums now and decides to go into the pit, so we just stay out, and it's going to be smooth sailing till the end of the race as we jump up into lap 15 on our final lap. We are still about maybe 1 or 2 seconds ahead from second place, since they're starting to catch up since they have fresher tires. We stayed on the mediums and just did the one stop, but we're running out of fuel, so we got to be very careful of our fuel so we don't run out before we hit the start finish line, since we still have this long straightaway left heading into Parabolica. We brake right after the 100-meter board. We go straight to Parabolica, clip the apex, just get a smooth exit out, as we don't want to push the issue since we're already leading and we got a comfortable lead. Coming out of Parabolica, we're going to win this FIA race, even though we got wrecked on turn number 1 or turn number 2. So again, just wanted to let you guys know and just show you guys that if you guys are starting off with this and you guys are brand new to GT Sport, do not give up on the race if you guys get wrecked on the first lap. But there's always enough time to make a comeback. Just got to drive smooth, drive fast, and just know your strategy whenever you guys are doing these races. Anyways, if you guys really like that video, I hope you guys subscribe down below as I put daily content on this channel, and leave a like on the video. Really helps out the channel when you guys like the video. And yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video again. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.